If all the physical stores are gone, what kind of ghost town will our cities become? I checked the latest data. An astonishing 93% of physical stores have shut down. What does that mean? Imagine heading home from work and realizing the once bustling street with over 100 shops now has just a few flickering signs left. You'd think you took a wrong turn. Most stores don't even survive 2 years. Many collapse in just a few months. Keeping a store alive is harder than catching a falling star. Some don't get a single customer all day. I must show you this. Today is the first working day at Universal Studios. And it's a ghost town. What does no one look like? Let me show you. This is probably the lowest crowd level of the entire year. You won't believe how empty it is. Only the performers on the floats are visible. That's it. I've been here countless times but never seen it this dead. Beijing has been eerily quiet lately. News of vicious power struggles in Zhongnanhai is everywhere. Xi Jinping's mysterious disappearance is fueling intense global speculation. But people here? Most are numb, simply trying to survive in a city that's losing its spirit. Today, let's follow the camera and witness the real Beijing before everything changes. Can you believe this? Xindong Road looks abandoned every single day. No cars, no people. On holidays, locals vanish, off to the suburbs or locked indoors. Foreign tourists roam the landmarks, but the rest of the city feels like a museum. This afternoon, I walked through an alley on Una West Street. I was stunned. Sunshine Jinbei Kindergarten had been demolished. No notice, just gone. 1 table, 2 tables, 3 tables. Half of them are empty. It's ridiculous. Let's take a look at the Joy City Business District on a Monday. Right now, we're inside the Basement Beauty Expo, and it's basically empty even during lunch hour. Only a few nearby students drop by to eat. Kumo and Rulin L desserts? No lines, no buzz. Only Haiti next door still has a crowd. Even big-name companies in Beijing can't hang on anymore. Today, a Douyin follower approached me to ask for help. Wants to try small business now. Just last month, he was an HR in a major company. I asked, why quit? He said, layoffs are everywhere. People job hunting for months, nothing sticks. Workers now worry less about climbing the ladder and more about how to afford dinner. Travel? Don't even think about it. So what's really happening in Beijing's malls? Let's head to Jinyuan Shopping Center on the West 4th Ring. Once packed, now it's lifeless. So many stores shut down. Take a look at the escalators. Nobody there. This used to be the most vibrant mall in western Beijing. Now, sparse foot traffic. Even Adidas has suspended business. Although Desanko is open, there are barely any diners. Dine-in is restricted. No people, no business, more closures. Simple math. Look at the parking lot. Once it was a battlefield for parking spaces. Now it's empty. Regular visitors know this is shocking. Right now, I'm standing in front of Beijing's legendary friendship store. Most young people don't even know what this place is, but in the 70s and 80s, this was the most prestigious shopping destination in China. You couldn't just walk in with money. You needed diplomatic ties or foreign exchange coupons to buy anything, from TVs to watches. It was elite, exclusive, unmatched. Now its past glory is just a shadow, a sign of progress, yet full of sorrow. Think about it. China has 1.4 billion people, yet it feels lonelier than when we had just 1.2 billion. Back then, the streets were alive, city or village, day or night. Now, silence. I work as a financial intermediary in Beijing, and even in this field, clients have dried up. Where did everyone go? The catering industry, once bursting with the aroma of food and the laughter of crowds, has now fallen into silence and sorrow. Customer flow has plummeted. One shop after another shuts its doors. Once thriving malls now echo with emptiness. The once bustling commercial districts, now ghost towns. Even the second Lawson convenience store downstairs has vanished. Just last week it was still open. Now it's cleared out like it was never there. Why? First, because offline business is suffocating. Online shopping is devouring it alive. Second, Lawson stores are collapsing across the board. 2 in our community alone have gone under this year. Is the real economy really this bleak? I'm stunned. It's 7:20 p.m., prime shopping time, but this mall feels abandoned. Every floor is lit like a stage, but the audience is gone. Staff outnumber shoppers. This is not normal. Right now, I'm at APM Mall in Beijing. It's Thursday, 3:30 p.m., but it feels like a ghost town. Where did everyone go? This is McC, right? Then why does it feel so dead, so empty? This silence is unsettling. Brothers, don't laugh. I've shut down again. Look behind me. Fangbaidao Real Estate, 2 floors, annual rent of 100,000 yuan. I couldn't take it. I moved to a smaller space next door. I thought I'd survive. But every first-floor shop I rent bleeds me dry. This one didn't even get a chance. I've disbanded the team. I'm a general with no army now. But how do Beijing's migrant workers survive? Where do they sleep? I went to Majuqiao, the city's largest labor market near Yizhuang. Factories used to bloom here, building a cluster economy. Now, at Majuqiao, job seekers line the streets in silence. Most are men in their 30s to 50s. Tired eyes, worn hands, waiting. Can they really find work here? What if they don't? Here lies the cruelest gap in our society. No pension, no support, just the burden to survive. Age 60? That's too old for most jobs. This year's job market is ice cold. If they're lucky, they might work 10 or 20 days in the whole year. You don't see them, but at 5 a.m., they're there. At 3 a.m., some are already squatting in the dark, waiting, not for dreams, just for survival. A Beijing resident recently shared that one morning while biking to work past Xi'an, he noticed something strange. Several unmarked military trucks with blacked-out windows were parked at the usually busy intersection. At first, he assumed it was a routine drill. But in the following days, the sight of military vehicles became increasingly common, not just on Chang'an Avenue and Fuxingmen, but also scattered across the 2nd and 3rd Ring roads. An armored vehicle even appeared outside a local community hospital, guarded by fully armed police, creating a sense of unease. Curious, he contacted an old classmate in the public security system. The classmate, speaking cautiously, revealed that authorities had received intelligence about possible unrest organized online, prompting heightened security. This time, it wasn't just armed police. Regular army units were also deployed near business hubs and universities. When asked what kind of unrest was expected, protests, a so-called color revolution, the classmate simply warned him to be careful with his words. The resident couldn't help but wonder, when did Beijing start needing soldiers to keep order? Who are the ones being watched? Laid-off workers, families crushed by debt, or everyday citizens growing discontent with the status quo? When did his city become like this? Sisters, I'm unemployed again. Just spent an hour talking to my boss. Midlife crisis is real. I have a child to raise and a job to find, but balancing both feels impossible. I've lost over 100,000 yuan in recent years trying to make it. Now, even sending my kid to kindergarten is a race against time and money. I drive a car not even under my name, and behind the appearance of stability, I don't even have 500 yuan in hand. Yet every day, my child needs something. At 35, I can't find a job in Beijing anymore. My gray hairs grow, and so does my anxiety. A 26-year-old girl from Hebei earns 6,000 yuan, spends 800 and survives on instant noodles. No social life, just saving. I work 6 days a week, no insurance, no housing fund, off at 9 p.m., and still force myself to cook 10 yuan meals at home. In today's Beijing, many struggling are college graduates, especially from out of town. They rent tiny apartments, carry debts of 200,000 to 300,000 yuan, even take out online loans. No one back home knows. Every day is just borrowing from one hole to fill another.
As China's economy continues to deteriorate severely every day, a wave of closures has been set off in the mainland catering industry. Recently, it was reported that many stores of the well-known Hangzhou catering brand Wasabi have been closed. In addition, there have been reports of store closures in many places in the mainland. According to a report by Lianshang.com on September 30th, several Wasabi stores in Hangzhou, including the Hangzhou Building Store, the Mixc Store, the Kerry Center Store, the Raffles Store, and the Binjiang Baolong Store, have been closed. Most stores have posted notices of equipment debugging, and temporary business suspension. Staff members of stores around the above locations all said it was closed a few days ago. Many consumers have said that the money in their stored value cards has not been spent, ranging from several thousand to several hundred yuan. A former employee posted online that Wasabi has been in arrears with employees' wages for the past 2 months, and the boss is suspected of having withdrawn the money and run away. According to screenshots on social platforms, there are 175 members in a group called Labor Dispute with Wasabi Catering Management Commerce Ltd. Searching for Xi'an on a group buying platform revealed that there are 22 chain stores in Hangzhou, distributed in Shangcheng District, Shihu District, and other areas, all of which are in a state of closed and suspended business. According to Hangzhou Traffic 918, Xiaotian, pseudonym, a chef who used to work at the Jixi Yintai city store of Shanqijia, said that the closure came too suddenly. He had never heard of this news before. Because of rent arrears for the mall management closed the store on September 27th, stating, "At present, the leaders have notified us, employees, to find jobs on our own." Xiaotian said that he was owed more than 2 months of salary, totaling over 10,000 yuan, and the store manager was also owed more than 5 months of salary, including the dishwashers in the store, whose wages have not been received. Now all the stores in Hangzhou have closed down. Hundreds of our employees went to ask for an explanation, and the Hangzhou headquarters was empty. Ahai is the meat supplier for more than 10 Shanqijia stores in Hangzhou. He stated that he was owed a supply fee of up to 1 million yuan by Wasabi, and the arrears of supply fees had only recently begun. When he went to the Hangzhou headquarters for consultation, he found that the door was closed. Ahai said, "On the morning of September 25th, we delivered goods to many stores as usual. The stores were all in normal business, and there were customers queuing for tables. By September 26th, it was like a system collapse. In just one night, all stores in Hangzhou were closed. For a brand that has been deeply rooted in Hangzhou for so many years, this speed of closing stores is incredible." In addition to Hangzhou, Wasabi has also closed a large number of stores in Xi'an, Fuzhou, Chongqing, Shaoqing, Tixi, and other places. According to Cover News, Wasabi Creative Cuisine currently has only one store left in Chengdu, which is the Chengdu SKP store. At 11 a.m. on September 29th, the store had reached the business hours shown, but Dianping indicated that the store was in a suspended business state. The store staff confirmed that the store had been suspended due to equipment problems and was under maintenance, with no determined date for the resumption of business hours. Public information shows that Hangzhou Wasabi Restaurant Management Kakans Ltd. was founded in 2011. It manages Hangzhou Wasabi Restaurant Management Konao Ltd., Hangzhou Juzan Restaurant Management Komao Ltd., and Hangzhou Shitun Restaurant Management Konao Lishai, and now has more than 40 directly operated stores across the country. It owns Wasabi, Xinjuzan, Huajiangnan, Xiaoshaokui, Bazan, and other brands.